The forum discussed also policy development and governance in the transport sector. One of the main recommendations of the forum is for the countries to use the indicators which have been identified by the Dakar Transport Policy Forum, the SSATP, to evaluate and measure governance in the transport sectors. So these indicators will be used by governments to identify the main weaknesses and where the governments need to take action to improve governance in the transport sector. In particular, the forum identified the need for monitoring and evaluation of policies. And the forum agreed that often one weakness is that data are not available and that monitoring and evaluation is not done. That means that governments do not know what impact the policies had and whether they reach the objective that they wanted to achieve, and if they need to take additional actions to adjust their policies to achieve their objective. So the recommendations were to improve data collection so that the governments and countries have the necessary capacity to monitor and evaluate their policies in the transport sector. During the forum, we had a full day on urban mobility, where we presented the preliminary results of a study to prepare a note on urban mobility policies in Africa. This is a very innovative work because this type of policy note on urban mobility in Africa does not currently exist. And urban mobility is going to become rapidly a critical issue with the rapid growth of cities and urbanization. And we can expect that with economic growth and growth of cities, congestion is going to increase rapidly if measures are not taken to anticipate and to prevent the congestion. And these measures are policy measures, and in particular the creation of institutions which have the capacity to put all actors together to have a coordinated development of cities and development of transport. Transport impacts on development of urban cities, and urban cities need a development which is coordinated with transport. So this was a key agreement during this Urban Mobility Day, so that these institutions being developed to ensure that good coordination between transport and urban development. One particular aspect which was discussed is the necessity for funding of urban mobility, because without funding it's very difficult to achieve objectives. But I'm not talking about funding infrastructure. I'm talking about funding public transport so that the governments and countries give the right focus to prevent future congestion.